On today's show, we're going to talk about our Jeep Gladiator and why is it still here and is it going somewhere? So join in right now. If you're new to my channel, my name is David Boyd. I'm an auto journalist and I love all things off-road trucks. You can see we have a lot of off-road trucks in the driveway and more to come, and you're going to want to stick around with this. But today is a sad day because we're going to say goodbye to the 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Now, we've put just around 12,000 miles on this thing, and you would think, oh man, that's a lot of miles. It's actually not. We bought this thing in May of 21, right as the car buying market was just going nuts. And we needed a vehicle. Kelly was retiring her 2012 BMW 5 Series, and she had no faith in that vehicle anymore. And, well, we needed another vehicle. So we picked this thing up as a short-term buy, and it's kind of turned into a long-term buy. Now, there's a lot of pluses and minuses about this vehicle, and I will put a link below because we did a video on our first 3 months ownership of this thing, and has my thoughts changed about it? So let's find out right now. So one of the biggest things we wanted to do, we wanted to put an off-road bumper on it. We wanted, for one, just wanted to document how easy it was, and we did a small video on this. We changed some of the graphics and stuff, but I love the look of this bumper much more than the factory bumper on these things. Of course, the factory bumper, they scoot way out. They're trying to somewhat aerodynamics, keep air out of the wheel wells, and well, it's a Jeep, right? Who cares about that? Now, so we changed that. We did change some of the graphics on the side. It did say Willys up here, and I wanted something to look and maybe represent the company a little bit better. But overall, we've put a small, just a level lift on this thing. We've got a spacer lift down there. You can't see it at the moment, but that's all we've done to it. And we've taken it on the trails. It's done fine. Is it the best vehicle I've ever driven on trails? No. Some of that is just the limitations of such a long vehicle, and this thing is a long vehicle. Now, when you put 35s to 37s under this thing, it comes alive. They look proper, but these are 32s on it. These are Firestone Destination tires under it, and I have to say, I'm not a Firestone fan. I've documented this many times, but you know what? Actually worked pretty good on this thing. Now, part of the Willys package, you do get some of the Rubicon features. You're going to get a little bit of an upgraded shock. You're going to get the full rock rails, and you do get a limited slip under this. Now, in the new Willys edition in the Wranglers, you're going to get an optional locker in this thing, a rear locker, which I wish this thing had because when we were on the trails, well, I'll try to get a video up here. We paid the price for it on the trails. We got stuck mostly because it's such a long vehicle that we just got hung up. And I mean, you can see this thing is long. So what are some of the pluses and minuses about this vehicle? Obviously, one of the pluses is it's a Jeep, so the top comes off, the doors come off, and we've enjoyed it quite a bit like that, and zero complaints. You know, I mean, the window folds down, but I would never drive it like that. But I love the look of this. This is a snazzleberry color. It's just a nice little pearl paint job to it. Now it's kind of dirty, so it's hard to see. But I actually like the black grill with it. If they would have been a full color grill, I don't think I would have liked it with this truck so much. But we paid right out the door around $50,000 for this thing, which wasn't too bad for what you got. The interior is what really won me over, except for when we rode long distances in this thing. Long distances in this thing is not comfortable. The first time we noticed it, Kelly took it to Florida from Nashville, and she complained about the handling of the vehicle. Well, it's a solid axle vehicle, and I told her at the time, I was like, solid axle vehicles drive different. You have to participate in driving. It's not just like, you know, holding the steering wheel. You actually have to participate to drive a vehicle like this, which isn't a bad thing. If you want that solid axle, you're trying to, clearly you want a off-road product like this, you're wanting to build the best and most capable vehicle, right? Something that, you know, this thing rides great, but it's not as capable as the solid front axle of a Jeep. Now, seating position in this thing is okay, but the seats are just not comfortable at all. And I mean at all. On anything over a couple 100-mile trip in this thing, your booty will get tired. And I've driven lots of Jeeps, but for some reason this one here just really wears me out. So I don't know if the leather seats, if they're a little bit more comfortable. This does have the cloth seats in it, but it was just one of those things that just made it, when we had the option of driving this or this, we probably took the Bronco a lot more just because it's a more comfortable ride, the actual seating of it. We took this thing also to Michigan back in last August, I believe it was, and we drove it what is that, like 500-600 miles, and honestly about 250 miles in, we were just, everybody, the whole family was worn out in this thing. So it was if you're looking to buy a Jeep Gladiator, I don't know that I would if you're looking to travel across country all the time, I don't know if it'd be the option for me. But everybody's built different, and everybody has different requirements for this thing. Overall, though, I love the styling of this thing. Once again, I just, it works and it looks well. I did get the optional you know, bed lined, which I would recommend. It's got the towing package, which we've done some towing with this thing. Nothing at its capabilities. Well, we probably towed about 3,500 pounds with it. Towed great. Now, the engine in this thing, I will say, it is lacking just a little bit. I wish, you know, it's what, 280? I can't remember off the top of my head. But it could, we need 310 horsepower in this thing. And I believe if they were to put that new Hurricane Straight 6 in this, it would just improve this vehicle. And I think people would really see the benefits of owning a vehicle like this. Overall, the quality of this thing has been pretty good. Now, you know, they know materials. Jeep knows materials, and the plastics in the interior and all this, they hold up very well. Now, the cloth seats, they're okay. They do seem to show dirt pretty easy, but it is also a black interior in this thing, so you do kind of expect that. Quality issues, zero. This thing has been pretty nice. And we've, like I said, we put about 12,000 miles on it in 2.5 years, something like that. And overall, no issues at all. Now, is there anything that I would like this thing to do that it can't do? Obviously, I documented seating. I would love seating position to be a little bit better. The tires on this, you know, this is part of the Willys package. You're getting off-road tires. I would definitely prefer something a little bit different. Like I said earlier, the Firestone tires are great. I just think maybe more of a rugged all-terrain and not so much a mud terrain tire on this. But overall, I knew what I was getting when I bought the thing. So, you know, that's on me if I'm not happy with that. And I would like, they need to be just a little bit wider, and a 33-inch tire. At minimum, a 33-inch tire on this thing. But the 32s, once we put the little level lift on it, they look fine. So overall, would I recommend the Jeep Gladiator to any of our viewers? I would. It's like the Swiss Army knife of trucks. It really is. Like, it can do just a little bit of everything. Does it do one thing perfectly? No, but it's not intended to. The doors come off, the roof comes off. So it's not always as quiet as maybe a more modern mid-sized truck back there that the roof and doors stay on. But overall, if you're looking for an adventure vehicle, something that you need your Wrangler to do a little bit more than it can, and you like that style of vehicle, this is your vehicle for you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, our ownership, I'm gonna give it an 8. And I would give it probably a 9 or 10, but the ride comfort on this thing is the one flaw about it. The seating is just awful. And I know I keep saying that, but it's after a couple hundred miles, it is painful. But overall, the off-road experience of this truck has been fun. Just the ownership has been fun. And until we got that and what's coming down the road, you know, this was our primary vehicle, and we used it as we should. So in the comments below, do you have a Jeep Gladiator? Have you had any issues with your Jeep Gladiator? Are you looking to buy a Jeep Gladiator and have more questions, more detailed questions? Please ask us below. Let me know what you think of them. Would I buy this thing again? Most definitely. I think I would probably go just a slightly higher trim. I probably would go for a Rubicon in this thing. Leather seats, see if that was any better for our seating comfort. But overall, it's a pretty good vehicle, and if it's on your list, let us know. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or these, sadly, Jeep Gladiator I'm no longer going to get to drive. Bye. This has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. We're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.